Lash Fary is here with me. It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here today.
Happy New Year.
You know, we're talking about New Year's. We're talking about eating healthier, and you guys have come up with a brilliant idea of not only how to do that, but how to do it in style. And that's with our set of Slimware melamine plates. And you've got 3 different styles to choose from.
Yep.
I want to show you each one. The one you're looking at right now is the Belladonna. Is that the Belladonna we're looking at first?
Yep. No, that's actually Jubilee.
That's Jubilee.
Yep.
Jubilee is with the red flowers.
Yep.
The Urban Safari is also with the, you'll see the little leopard print on it. And then we also have our Jubilee. The Jubilee is the one you're looking at right now. And just beautifully designed, but there's a secret to these that you're going to share with us.
Yes, and that secret is what I call disguised in the design. And this is all about portion consciousness, I like to say. So it's New Year's, everyone's talking about resolutions. For a lot of us, it's about overeating. We overindulge over the holidays if you're like me, and so it's about 3 things. I was reading a self-help book talking about breaking bad habits, and it's about awareness, adopting new behaviors and actions, and also having a support system. And that's what Slimware is all about. So if you look at the plates, you'll see that each plate has graphically designated food placement areas that correspond to a recommended food portion. So the largest area on each plate is where you're supposed to put your vegetables.
So smart.
The medium area is where you're supposed to put your carbs. And the smallest area is where you're supposed to put your protein. Now, keep in mind, with protein, if it's red meat, you're supposed to eat about half as much as if it's chicken or fish. So there's also a new feature on these designs called the Healthy Protein Extender Area. Each design has it. It basically allows you to double the amount of protein.
Okay.
So if you're eating red meat, half as
doing.
much. Absolutely.
Now, the one that you're looking at in the black, that is the Belladonna.
That's Belladonna.
And Belladonna is it's almost like it's a kind of a floral pattern, but you'll see there's undertones of floral on there as well. I love the plates themselves, just as decorator plates as well. They're really beautiful plates. They're melamine. They're going to last you forever. I mean, these things are dish safe. You can do all that. But really bold designs and very, very pretty. The next one that you're looking at is the Jubilee. And take a look. This is smart portion control here again.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
We're talking about healthy food, and healthy food is great. But if you eat twice as much of something healthy, it's all about basic math.
Right.
So, you know, there's something called just right eating that I struggled with growing up. I grew up in a family where you couldn't get up from the table till you finished your plate, whatever's on it. And if it's on my plate, if you're like me, I'm eating it. I got to clear my plate. So what I've learned to develop and what Slimware helps you do, it's like basically having a buddy system. It's somebody who's saying, why don't you start out small? And if you're still hungry an hour later, eat something else. It's just like putting on makeup. Ladies out there, you'll appreciate this. You always know you start out light with your makeup, and then you gradually add more. If you put too much on to start with, you kind of have an uphill battle. Same thing with food.
It makes perfect sense. You're going to get 4 individual plates of this, so you get a set of 4. So if you are also, you know, if you're with people and you know, they happen to be on the same sort of a system and they want to diet with you, or you just, I mean, just as a basis for healthy eating, you know, don't overindulge. You see here we've got a little filet, we've got a small salad, and we've got some rice on the side, perfectly portioned. And then if you take a look, you know, at your traditional plate, this is what this is. I mean, that's crammed with food.
And this, if you're like me, this is what I would normally have put on my plate. You believe like you need all of that food, and it's amazing when you realize how much less you can get by with. You know, if you eat 4 smaller meals a day instead of 3 humongous meals.
And we should dine. You know, it should be more about dining. It should be more. You'd be better off. I mean, rather than shoving this down your throat in 20 minutes, take your time and take 35, 40 minutes to eat off the other plate, and allow yourself to enjoy the food. I mean, that's what it's all about. All right, we are going to go to the phones right now, and we're going to say hi to Elisabeth, Elisabeth Rohm, who's going to tell us a little bit more about her experience and what she loves about these wonderful plates. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
You know, for those of you,
you're having so much fun. I wish I was there.
I know that you're busy working. For those of you who know Elisabeth's work, she spent 4 seasons on the hit series Law & Order. She's this season joined the cast of Heroes. I think aside from me, she might be the single consumer who has more sets of these plates. She entertains so stylishly with these plates, and it's just lovely. So thanks for calling.
I mean, you know, obviously I love this style, and since I tend to like to entertain in style, they're perfect for me. And now that I have a kid, I love that they're melamine and they don't break, and I entertain outside because I live in LA. So they're just amazing to have outside, and the children are never going to destroy them, so that's great too. But now that I'm a working mom, you know, and I'm on set and trying to juggle 10,000 things, it just helps me be very conscientious. Like, I have Belladonna in my trailer at Heroes, and it helps me to be mindful when I'm, you know, trying to make sure that my kid is getting to preschool and trying to memorize my lines and get to set on time. And, you know, and especially, you know, with the healthy protein extender area, it's like everybody knows, of course, you can have, you know, a little more chicken or fish than beef, but you know, when you're busy and you're just sort of juggling 10,000 things, just the conscientiousness of the design, you know, just makes it easier. And the design is awesome, so it fits all my needs. And I love Lash and everything he makes, so.
You're very sweet.
Well, you know, and Elisabeth, it's really important, and I think a lot of people, you know, they need that extra little bit of help to get through, you know, a diet program, and you know, we're all conditioned, like Lash said, we're all conditioned to stuffing ourselves, eating what's on our plate from the time that we're little, and I think really this is just a learned behavior that we have to make a little change in, and the plates, they make it so much easier because it gives you the right idea going in.
Well, we have so much on our minds. I mean, that's sort of the point that I'm trying to make, is we have so much on our minds, we have so much on our plate, so to speak, that we'll eat whatever on our plate because we're distracted and we're doing all this stuff and we're trying to just get through our day, and whatever's in front of us, we'll just eat it. We'll eat it quickly. And then, you know, maybe we didn't even need that much. So I'm not a dieter, and I'm not even somebody who, like, you know, feels, you know, worried about things like that. I just love being healthy, and I want to look good. So, you know, I tend to want to do what's right for my body, but when you're distracted by life, you know, I just think that the healthy protein extender area just keeps you really aware, you know, and just the Slimware just keeps you thinking, okay, you know, I don't need to eat this entire massive bowl of spaghetti bolognese.
Exactly. Yeah, and it takes away that excuse of, well, you know, it didn't look like much, or I didn't think it was. I mean, you look at this plate, you know pretty much what you're supposed to stick to. And you're reminded of it when you're making your portions, when you're putting them down there, versus just taking a spoon and slopping everything on.
And also just keep in mind, this is meant to be a visual reminder. So if you need to eat more, eat more. But this is just meant to be that little reminder that's in your head saying, do you really need 2 scoops of mashed potatoes as opposed to 1? And it's really about the lines. You know, we're socially, we're psychologically programmed to stay in the lines at the post office, on the street. So.
And I also just think that, you know, I just think melamine is so cool. You know, like, you know, just for, you know, having family, having kids, whatever it may be, you know, plates get broken. These are not going to get broken.
No.
If you like to entertain, if you live in a place where you have a beautiful backyard, you know, if they drop or if they fall off the deck, they're not going to break, you know?
I know. You brought up a good point, too, Elisabeth. Perfect for, I mean, you're cooking outside, you're having a picnic. I mean, even if you just you want to take these to the beach with you, you know, if you got a little picnic basket, and you got some chicken and some potato salad, and I agree with you. You know, I'm not about the traditional diet. I mean, I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. And I'm not talking about eating a bunch of fried food and fast food stuff, but I like to really cook salmon. I'm a big-time cook. And I love to make real food, but I think, to your guys' point, it's really about how much of that food you eat. You can't eat a piece of, you can have a filet mignon, which has got very little fat, lots of flavor, but if you have a half a pound of it,
you know, it's like a gentle reminder, but it's with great style, you know. I mean, the belladonna is awesome. I give a lot of the urban safari as gifts. I have a lot of the other designs that have been sold out. You know, the Jubilee is awesome. So, you know, I think it's great. It's just a gentle reminder to just be conscientious, but you look great doing it.
Hey,
you know?
Elisabeth, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy TV schedule.
Thanks for Lash. Nice talking to you guys.
All right, take care, Elisabeth.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, we've only got about 30 seconds left. Let me remind everybody of the 3 different styles that we had. Remember, the belladonna is the black with the floral design. We also have the Jubilee, which is the red. And you remember, that's also got the, it's almost hibiscus flowers, I would say, on there.
Those are hibiscus on the Urban Safari.
Hibiscus on the Urban Safari, which is down here. Very, very busy. You are back, Lash, at 8 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. Thank you, my friend, for being here with us. It's good to see you. Continue to eat healthy. Continue to dial in, everybody. We got some great items coming up in the next hour, so stay with us. More right after the break.